From an early age, I realized that the games created by men were never fair. But that was never what kept me going. What moved me was passion. Passion for music, for knowledge, for flying, for freedom. I could have given up every time I saw the system was rigged, every time I realized the game was already decided. But I kept going because there was something greater. Plato said, "Man is a being in search of meaning." Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor and founder of logotherapy, added, "Life never ceases to have meaning, even in suffering. What matters is the attitude we take in the face of the inevitable." It was this search for meaning that kept me moving forward. As a teenager, I entered a music competition. That stage, that energy, that was real. But when the judges announced the results, it was clear the winners had been chosen long before we even played. If I had focused on the injustice, I would have quit. But my passion for music was stronger. Nietzsche said, "Without music, life would be a mistake." I kept going, not for the trophy, but for the love of playing. Later, I joined the financial markets. Working on the trading desk of one of the world's largest banks, I saw firsthand how the game was really played. Rules were an illusion. Fraud was a daily occurrence. Small brokerage firms were being wiped out while the real casino owners laughed from above. I left finance and turned to psychology, hoping to understand what truly drives us. But once again, I saw that academia had its own games, privileges and shortcuts that distorted knowledge. Still, I dove deep. I learned from Jung that he who looks outside dreams, he who looks inside awakens. And that's when something shifted. I started to sense that consciousness was more than just neurons and chemical reactions. My journey led me to explore different religions and spiritual practices. I experienced deep meditation, moments of mystical ecstasy that defied all logical explanation. That's when I realized life is not in the games created by men. It's in something much deeper. The real game isn't in stock markets, academia, or hidden privileges. The real game is the inner journey, the search for God, the encounter with the infinite within us. Flying had always fascinated me. It felt pure, technical, objective. I excelled in simulator tests and airline exams. But once again, I learned that the recommended list was already full. Still, I flew. And each time I took off, I realized that nothing else mattered in that moment. For the ancients, the sky was always a metaphor for the divine. And up there, in the silence of the cockpit, something inside me expanded. I returned to finance, but this time through cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin fascinated me, not because of the money, but because of its principle, a system free from central banks. But looking closer, I saw the same old game. Insiders manipulating markets, playing with privileged information. The illusion of decentralization was just another layer of the great casino. We will never know the exact details of financial systems, trading platforms, or digital economies. There will always be an invisible group designing advantages for themselves. Freud once said, "We are more influenced by what we do not see than by what we do." The world's systems work the same way, invisible to most, controlled by a few. The casino owners rule. They always have. They always will. But they do not rule over our consciousness. The greatest illusion is believing that external reality defines our lives. The truth is that our experience depends on what we cultivate within. On this journey, I met incredible people. I fell in love. I shared unforgettable moments, and I realized that God is not in temples made by human hands. God is in the mystery, in love, in the deep experience of being alive. Life is not in the games created by men. It is in the mystery of consciousness, in the passion that drives us, in the search for God within us. The question is not who controls the game. The question is, who do you choose to be within it?